Hi, welcome to 6th grade math. This is lessons 160 and 161. So it is two different lessons together, but one of them is a review page, and so we'll get you between the two pages. You'll be doing about the work of one page. So we'll have that cut down so that you can manage that. But first of all, we're going to start off with a little bit of review. Okay, some of my cards are backwards. So, okay, all right. What is the area of a square? What's the area of a square formula? A equals S times S, or side squared, right? Okay, very good. What is the area of a rectangle? A equals L times W, good job. Perimeter of a square. P equals 4 times side. Perimeter of a rectangle. P equals 2 times L plus 2 times W. All right, here's a newer one. What is the simple interest formula? I equals P times R times T. I equals PRT. What does that stand for? What's the I? Interest, okay, simple interest, it's interest, all right. What about the P? Principal, okay, the principal, that's the amount of money. The rate, R is rate, and what does the T stand for? Time, okay, rate is a percentage, and time is in years, okay? What? Oh, you did that, perimeter of a rectangle. That's my new one. I need to swap that out, okay? Area of a circle. A equals pi times R, pi times R squared. There we go. Pi R squared. Area of a parallelogram, or perimeter of a parallelogram. P equals 2 times B times 2 times A plus 2 times H, or 2 times L plus 2 times W. Okay? Circumference of a circle using a diameter. C equals pi times D, or pi times diameter. Area of a triangle, what's that? A equals 1/2 times B times H, all right? And one thing I want to note, if you are given a triangle, okay, and they give you the shape of the triangle, and they give you all the measurements around, okay, so the height, let me get my little board, okay, hold on. All right, so if you're given a triangle like this, your height is the 8, okay? It's this upwards, okay? This is your height. This is your base. The base is the bottom of the triangle, okay? We don't worry when we're doing area, we don't worry about this side, okay? We don't worry about the third side, the longest side. We just do the height and the base. And what you do, remember, A equals 1/2 times B times H. So you can take half of 8, or you can take half of 6. So then you multiply. So half of 8 would be 4. 4 times 6 is 24. The area of this triangle would be 24 square units, whichever one we're in, probably inches for this one. But that would be how to do that. So don't get confused if they give you the shape instead of just giving you the amounts. Your height is just that tall side, and the base is the bottom side, okay? They usually only give you a right triangle, so it's easy to check that out, to keep that straight. All right, circumference of a circle using radius is what? 2 times pi times R, good job. All right, Fahrenheit to Celsius, so you're given Fahrenheit degrees, and you need to know what the Celsius is. What's the formula? C equals 5/9 times F minus 32. And remember, the f minus 32 means we do that first, right? And we multiply. Perimeter of a triangle. A plus B plus C. P equals A plus B plus C. All right. Area of a parallelogram. A equals base times height, or length times width, okay? Celsius to Fahrenheit, so the other one. F equals 9/5 times C plus 32. Okay, you see that? All right. Go ahead and pause and go. You're going to take two different speed drills, one for lesson 161 and the one for 160. I'm sorry, the one more for 160 and 161. You have 1:15 for the first one and 2 minutes for the second one. So pause, go take those. When you come back, we'll take a look at more interest. All right, I hope you did well with that. With your quiz, I left my eraser on the other side of the board. Okay, I got it. Getting much better with that pausing stuff. Okay. Our interest formula, I equals P times R times T, okay? So interest by months instead of by years, okay? So if an annual interest rate is given the time in the simple interest formula must be expressed in terms of years. Assume that the interest rate is an annual one unless otherwise stated, okay? So most of the time, they're gonna be an annual rate unless it says that it's a different one, okay? Here's an example of one that we could have. Mr. Nichols bought borrowed $3,000 at 15% rate of interest for 3 months, okay? Your principal is $3,000. Your rate is 15% or 0.15 when we change it to a decimal. The time is 3 months, so we put 3 over 12, okay? We put 3 over 12 because it's 3 months out of 12 months, right? 12 months in a year, so 3 over 12. All right, we can reduce this fraction, okay? Dividing both top and bottom by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 1/4, okay? So this is for 1/4 of a year, okay? So when we have this in our formula, they have I equals PRT, and then I equals 3,000 times 0.15 times 1/4. Okay, you can multiply the 3,000 by 1/4 to get 750. Multiply that by 0.15 and get $112.50. Okay, the other way would be to turn that 1/4 into a decimal, 0.25. Okay, so again, you can take the 3,000 and multiply by 0.15, get 450 times 0.25, and get $112.50. You see how they are the exact same answer. So no matter how you multiply these, as long as you are doing the multiplication correctly, you have your decimals in the right spot, you will come up with the same answer no matter what order you multiply them in, okay? Your first section on this page is to change the months into terms of years by making it a fraction like we did with 3/12. So for 3 months, the third one over, you can put 1/4 because we did that one on our board, okay? So what would we put for the first one? 1 month, what would we put it over? We put 1 over what number? How many months are in a year? 12, okay? So the very first one is 1/12. You don't have to do anything to that one because 1's on the top and you don't have to reduce it, okay? So some of them you don't have to reduce and some of them you do have to reduce. So you have to see if they're both even numbers, you have to reduce it. If the top number If the top number is odd, you have to see if you can reduce it. Some of them reduce and some of them don't, okay? So I'm gonna have you do all of those. So make sure that you reduce it to its lowest terms. In section 2, I'm gonna have you do both of these ones. And then section 3, I want you to pick 3 of them, okay? So you've got some that have months and some that have years, so you want to make sure that you turn it into years first, so make that fraction, and then you can change it into a decimal if you know the decimal to multiply, or you can multiply it as a fraction. Either way works. Okay. So the first 2 sections, you're going to do all of section 3, pick 3. Section 4, pick 2 of them, 1 of each type with the Fahrenheit, 1 with Fahrenheit, 1 with Celsius. You can figure that out. Section 5, you're writing the formula, so I want you to do all of those. Section 6, you can do that one. Section 7, pick 2 of them. And section 8, pick 5. So it's half of the ones on section 8. Don't worry about the homework for lesson 160, and you can turn the page or get out general review page, and I'll give you what we're doing with that, okay? Section 1, pick 3 of them, okay? Section 2, pick 2. Section 3, also pick 2. Section 4, pick 2. Section 5, pick 3 of them. Okay, and section 6, pick 4, that's half of them, all right? Okay, so that is what we're doing, and do the homework for lesson 161. The test is tomorrow, so I wanted you to do the lesson 161 homework, but we didn't have to worry about the 160 homework. So go ahead and get to work on that. If you have questions, please let me know, and we will continue on in this fashion. So I will see you in the next video, and you have a good day.